At the end of the last video, we salvaged what looked to be a dreadful season for Sevilla by finishing 6th and getting what I thought was Conference League football, only to later find out was Europa League football, making last season actually way better than we initially thought. Moving into this season, we have much more expectations from the board if we are to progress through the journey. As expected though, we are asked to go deep into the Europa League, with the semi-finals being a minimum requirement. For brand exposure, which is always important if we are looking to get funds into the club to make signings, we need to sign a crucial forward to complete the objective, which is something I really wasn't looking forward to doing because it meant I needed to either sell one of the front 3 starters or bring someone in that would compete with one of them. But looking at our budget of 45 million, we would have to find a way to get that crucial forward player in, as well as some more quality in the squad, especially in midfield according to my directors of football in the comment section, and the centre back wouldn't be bad as well. In relation to the funds, to keep things realistic, we are only going to spend the amounts the board adds to the already existing transfer budget, plus any other player sales we make. Funds will not be carried over from one season to the other, so if I'm given 40 million this season and don't spend it, it's gone next season. So with that in mind, we go on to have a look at the options we scouted last season and some of your recommendations in the comments as well. Looking to get the crucial forward out of the way first before getting any other signings, I didn't want to get another striker because I love the dynamic between Traore and Dominguez in the sense that they could improve each other, so it would have to be a winger. And after the season Luka Bacchio had and Rashford literally about to have his first full season for us, I wasn't going to sell them, so I had to get someone who wasn't glaringly good enough to bench them but could at least push them. And through my search, I found Rooney Barge at 19, and remembering he had a little hype around him for some time, I went on to focus on getting him, and expecting him to cost more. His release clause was only 20 million, and although that was half of our budget, I felt it was okay to get that objective completed, and now we could focus on getting signings in other positions, especially midfield. A few outgoings later and some acquired funds now in our transfer budget, I set my eyes on Feyenoord midfielder Quinten Timber to solve our midfield issues. And such a tenacious, quick and shockingly prolific midfielder for around 30 million felt like a steal, and after the negotiations with his agent, it looked like we had a good player added to the team, and now we needed a centre back addition to the squad to really improve our chances of making the most of this season. Some more sales out of the way, and Michael Marmol of Las Palmas, who actually got relegated, was in my sights, and it felt like a really realistic signing for 20 million, and he looked a good addition to that backline and a pacey addition too, because we desperately needed some pace in our defense. We finalized outgoings for the season and moved on to the preseason. Now I am not going to show all the preseason matches, but I played this preseason, 1 for the immersion and 2 to see which players would actually play well, because I wanted to give everyone a fair chance, so it makes sense if I have to sell them later on. And the standout players for me during the preseason included Youth Academy graduate goalkeeper Mercado, experienced center midfielder Joao Jordan, and new signings Timber and Marco did well too. The footage for the first game of the season unfortunately got lost to only God knows where, but it was a 2-1 win against Athletic Bilbao, with Traore grabbing his first man of the match performance. And the players mentioned who did well in preseason were given the opportunity in the starting 11 against Bilbao and against the match versus Vallecano. The first half performance with a lot of chances for us, leading to a lot of saves from the goalkeeper, kept the game level going into the second half, where we would need to step up our game if we wanted to get a result in this match. A couple of more good saves early into the second half, and halfway through it, chances from both ends this time around kept the game level, with both teams looking to get something. And with 20 minutes left on the clock, we really needed to take our chances better, as Timber, now on the left hand side, looks to find Rashford, and he threads it through to the Mancunian, who takes it in his stride, running through on goal, takes the shot, and it's a good goal to finally open up the game. Both teams still try to get that goal, but nothing comes from it, but it's our second win and another 3 points for us. A good start to the season with players doing well, and with new signing Timber getting into the team of the week, we go on to face our first of many big obstacles this season in Atletico Madrid. Stale first half from both teams, with no one really causing any major issues for the other. But with us being the underdogs at the moment, we would take a draw going into the second half. The second half followed the same vein as the first, but with Atletico this time looking the better team, and some good saves and splendid defensive work saves us heading closer to the end of the game. 10 minutes to go, Atletico still pushing to get something from this match, and Alvarez, causing us some problems with his movements, does well to find himself in a great position with Thuram in an even better position, and 2 1-on-1 with Mercado, and it's not even close as he goes to get the first goal of the game for Atletico. We get an opportunity late on in the match to level proceedings, but new signing Rooney Barge isn't physical enough to get the shot off, and it's unfortunately our first loss of the season. Going into our next match against Sociedad, we had some changes in the team, with Jordan going to the bench and Djibril Sow being given an opportunity to get a spot in the team, and Marmo getting his first start of the season, along with Rooney, Getoni, and Dominguez coming in for Traore. We went off the bat early in this game with a shot off the post from Rashford in the first 10, and we continued applying pressure in the game with this opportunity from Rashford again to find Dominguez, who does well, but it's saved. But it's new signing Rooney Barge who is there to get this first goal and the first goal of the game. More pressure applied in the match as we look to get that second goal, but we didn't do enough in the final third, and with the first half coming to a close, Sociedad creates an opportunity and Marmo does well to unbalance the Sociedad forward, but it's not enough as he gets the shot off, and to be honest, that was bad goalkeeping from Mercado to get beat by that at his near post, and the game is level. The second half begins and Sociedad take initiative immediately, looking to take the lead, and a couple of well-placed passes, a hint of bad defending and bad goalkeeping again led to Sociedad getting their second. Not getting a lot of chances as the game went by, it was looking like it was going to be a loss in this match, and based on the amount of mistakes we made, we really didn't deserve much in the game. And that was confirmed as the players go on to make even more mistakes as Marmo again misses his tackle and Sociedad go on to seal off the game. Bad day all round, but lessons would have to be taken from this loss. With the summer transfer window wrapped up and the season starting to get serious, we headed into our next game in the league against Mallorca. We reverted back to the usual players in the starting 11 with Alvaro actually being given his first start in the team since Nyland left. We looked to recover from the 2 losses in a row we had accumulated as we looked to counter Mallorca in the first 10 minutes of the game, with Traore and Rashford linking up to move the ball around progressively, and Traore with the ball in a dangerous position finds Luka Bacchio, who doesn't waste any time to let loose, and it's the first goal of the game. Looking for the second goal, we probed the Mallorca defense, but to no avail as they defended pretty well to give themselves a chance in the second half. And 10 minutes into the second half, they create a lovely chance with a beautiful cross, and that's a goal you can't really say much about as they leveled the game. A quarter of an hour left in the game and we're looking to get 3 points. Mallorca not making it easy for us, but a bit of lapse in concentration and substitute Dominguez finds Luka Bacchio, and he's never going to get it any easier as he takes us in front. Game inching closer to the end as Mallorca look to get an equalizer but still don't have enough, and another opportunity to get our third as Jordan finds Djibril Sow, who manages to find Dominguez in a great position. Shot blocked, Sow recovers, Sow shoots, and it's our third for us, and it's enough to get back up to winning ways as we get 3 points. Impatiently, fans start to talk about Seydou Traore and if he's really the man for the job. And I don't blame them, because moving from prolific dominant striker El Naziri to unknown Seydou Traore is not easy, but I still believe in the Ivorian and his abilities. Our next match against Sporting saw us absolutely dominate them with Rashford being the star man, but we made things harder not only by conceding a goal, but by missing a lot of opportunities to make the game ours, and Seydou Traore being at the front of most of these missed opportunities really didn't help his case with the fans, but I saw the positive side of it, which was 3 points and Traore getting a lot of chances. We just needed to work on the conversion. Our first match in the Europa League was against Antwerp, and this was the competition that meant the most to not just us but the Sevilla fans as well. We were the 7 times cup holders and we had pedigree in this competition, so we had to take things seriously here. And that's exactly what we did 5 minutes into the game as Traore does well to find Timber in a great position, and what a time to get your first goal for the club, and credit to Traore for the assist. Both teams were pretty balanced in the first half, but Alvaro was tested a few times, being forced to make a couple of good saves, but we do well to keep our lead going into the second half. Both teams seems pretty equal in the second half, with both goalkeepers being tested this time around. A little bit of defensive stability from our end meant a clean sheet and, most importantly, 3 points. Girona up next in the league seemed to be a tricky one, as they seem to prefer holding onto the ball rather than actually going forward to get something, leading to a stalemate of a first half and another stalemate of a second half, with little to no chances really created for both teams, and really a boring 0-0 draw as we bring the first part of season 1 to a close. I hope you guys enjoyed this part and are excited for the next part. If you have any suggestions to make things interesting in the series, let me know in the comments, because as usual, any feedback from you guys would be greatly appreciated.